All right, fifth graders, I am super crabby because I just did the whole lesson. It took probably 20 minutes and it did not record. Well, it recorded, but not my voice for half of it, so I'm redoing it. So get out your notebooks. Let's go quick. Notebooks. Get out your, open up to the TOC and find the page that you have available. Dividing by 10, 100, 1,000. You are either here with me on Wednesday or Thursday. Put whatever date it is. Now we're going to learn a trick today. It's going to be super easy. If I have 75,000 divided by 10, what we're going to find is we take off a 0, the same amount on each side, and you get the answer. So 75 with 2 zeros, 7,500. I'll go into more detail, but I just wanted to share with you how simple this is going to be if you pay attention. If I have 100 now, I have 2 zeros to get rid of. So take off 2 zeros, and what do we have left? 750, 750. If I have 75,000 divided by 1,000, take off 3 zeros, you are left with 75. So right now I want you to go to your notes. And on the page, so now you're not in the TOC, now you're on the actual page. You're going to put dividing, you can either write it out or put the symbol, dividing by tens, hundreds, 1,000s. And what you do, cross off the same amount of zeros on both numbers. So put this in your notes right now. When you come to school to English on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to be making sure that you have this in your notes, so do so right now. All right, let's go over this again. If I have 2,300 or 2,300 divided by 10, let's change colors actually. I have 1 0 to cross off and another 0 to cross off. So now I'm left with, sorry, I shouldn't do that, should I? 230. Here I have 2 zeros, I'm left with 23. Here I have 3 zeros to cross off, 3 zeros to cross off, I'm left with 23 again. All right, here's another way to think of it. If I have 15,000 divided by 30, I have 15,000 divided by 10 and 3. I can cross off this 0, cross off this 0. Now it's just 1,500 divided by 3. I should see that 3 times 5 is 15, so 5 goes there, and I have 2 zeros left over. If I have 15,000 again, divided by 300, how many zeros am I going to take off? 1, 2, 1, 2. 3 goes into 15 5 times. I have 1 0 left over. There we go. Now, if you're asked to estimate, you first look at the smaller number. Estimate that. 380 is about 400. Now, we know we would round this up to 30,000, but 4 doesn't go into 30 evenly, so we know our facts. 4 times 7 is 28, so we can round that to 28,000. Now do our 0 trick, cross off the zeros. 4 goes into 28 7 times with 1 0 left over. Now I have a word problem. Maria paid $959 for 33 copies of a software. Give a quick estimate of the cost per copy. Per copy is going to tell me it's to divide. So I have 959 divided by 30. Oh, sorry, 33. You read my mind though. We're going to round that to 30. Now, what number does 3 go into evenly? I would round this up to 10, but 3 doesn't go into 10 evenly. So I can round it to 900. Cross off the zeros. 3 goes into 9 3 times with the 0 left over, unless you know that 3 goes into 90 30 times. There's your answer. It's going to be about $30 per copy. So what you're going to do now is you are going to do task 1, 3, and 6. So put these in your tasks in the notebook in the middle where it says tasks, and do this right now. Pause the video and I will come back and give you the answers. Okay, here we go. 5,200 divided by 10, cross off a 0. Now 520 divided by 1. 520. Cross off 2 zeros, left with 740. Cross off 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros, left with 4,000. Now it's going to get a little more tricky. Cross off the zeros first. 4 goes into 28 7 times with the 0 left over. Cross off 2 zeros. 8 goes into 64 8 times with 2 zeros left over. 20 million divided by 5,000. Cross off 3 zeros. 5 goes into 24 times with 3 zeros left over. Now we get to estimate. So 6A, this is where I ended. So you always estimate that first. That's about 80. 8 is a multiple of 64, so we can change that to 64. Cross off the zeros. 8 goes into 84 8 times with 2 zeros. So for B, this is about 300. 3 times 7 is 21, so let's round that to 21,000. Cross off my zeros. 3 goes in 20 to 21 7 times with 1 0 left over. And last but not least, if you look at this, 6,700 and 63,000, they're both about 64. So I'm going to round them to 64. Cross off my zeros. 64 goes into 64 1 time. With 1 0, it's 10. Is exercise 7. Good luck.